Hello, it's Jan here and welcome back to my channel. Here I share a journey of creating a handmade wardrobe, sewing, knitting, spinning, weaving, and I thrift to try and find some sustainable treasures. If you're new here, I'd love for you to subscribe and join me on this cozy adventure. It's a beautiful, beautiful sunset this evening, and it reminds me of the slow, beautiful rhythm of crafting, taking time to make things by hand, to thrift wisely, and to enjoy every step of the process. Here I am at my craft table and I'm looking at making another hour dress. This time I'm going to add bust darts and I'm going to lengthen it just a little bit for a different fit. I've got my instructions here. I'm just refreshing my mind on what I need to do when I make this dress. If you have watched my other videos, you'll know that this hour dress took me more than twice as long to make. It was a nearly 3-hour dress. I've traced my new pattern pieces because I'm adding darts. I needed a new front and a new front facing. So here you can see the part that is extra for the darts, and you can see the darts marked there. And this just coming up is the piece I've traced for the front facing. So all I need to do now is to cut out my fabric. Now the fabric I'm using this time is again a small print, much like my last dress I made. If you check back in my previous videos, this doesn't show up well on the film, and the turquoise is deeper and the circles are more of a cream colour. They've come out a bit lemony here. It's cotton poplin, so I'm very much looking forward to making this second hour dress. First though, I am going to be consulting my trusty sewing reference book, which was a Christmas gift from my son this last Christmas. I'm just going to look for the section all about darts. Now, I didn't used to put darts in my clothes. I used to look for clothes without darts because I was very slim, fairly straight up and down. And for me, in my mind anyway, darts didn't look that great on a garment that I was wearing. But now I'm a little bit older. I've changed shape a little bit. So I'm going to put darts in this version of the hour dress. Here's the section on darts. So I'm going to take my book away with me and have a read to get things straight in my mind before I start my second hour dress project. Speaking of books, have you ever thought of thrifting books for your crafts, or have you ever done it? Please comment below if you have. When I was staying with my mum recently, I bought some books and I had them delivered to her address because it was free shipping in Britain. I bought this curtains, cushions and blinds book, or cushions, curtains and blinds. I used to make lots of these many years ago, but because I haven't done any sewing for a long time, I need to regain confidence and ideas. So I saw this book on World of Books, or WOB as it's known. And although they do deliver to me here in Italy, as it's free, I just thought send it to mum's. And it's full of ideas for soft furnishings and interior decor. So I've got lots of plans to use this book. There we are, cushions, curtains and blinds. I also, on the same seller, the same website, found the bag making Bible, as you can see here. It's my hope and intention in the future to be able to make some bags from my weaving fabric, or rather from my woven fabric. and I wanted some ideas and some patterns. And whilst this book isn't exactly what I wanted for the type of bag, the patterns are all there and the bags can be resized. The instructions that are contained in the book tell you how to reduce the size of a bag or even increase the size. So I'm very pleased with that book. This, although it wasn't a thrifted book, it was given to me by the person who gave me my loom. This book was given to me as well as another book in Norwegian, just to get me started. But this book's very useful. I'm a great YouTube user for instructions and information, and I didn't think of looking in this book because it's black and white photographs. It's not as visually stimulating as YouTube, but I scoured YouTube looking for some information on a certain procedure for weaving, and I just could not find it. But I thought, oh, I'll just look in my book, and everything is there. Absolutely everything. And I do like to have a book by my side to refer to if I'm doing a project, rather than open up my computer and watch another video. But this book was also really useful in inspiring me to create a tartan. There's a chap in his kilt there. If you've seen again my previous videos, you'll have seen that I was making a tartan style stole, and this book was actually what inspired me to have a go. It has all about tartans amongst other things, and it's got the history of tartan, how it's woven, and lots of information, as well as one or two tartans that you can actually weave yourself. But I took this as an inspiration to weave my stole, which I wove in alpaca and silk and mohair and silk yarn, which were in my daughter's yarn stash. It's quite a tricky thing to weave, although I enjoyed every single moment of it, but the fibres are a bit fragile, and one or two broke and I had to repair the broken strands. Here I have added a chain stitch border, like a single crochet border here, because the stole was very floppy and soft, so it's added a little bit of structure. And here it is on the mannequin. Oh, the dark line, there is a couple of strands of dark thread, has got a sparkle in. It's got a little bit of metallic sparkle, so it also glints and catches the light. I'm very pleased with the scarf, the stole rather, which is very soft and very cozy. Don't take any notice of the fringe if you see it there, because I need to sort that out. I'm probably going to try and twist the strands into a twisted fringe because they're far too fine to just leave as they are. So that's something I'll be working on. I'm really delighted with this stole, and it goes quite well with my dress, doesn't it? That was my first hour dress that I sewed a few weeks ago. And there it is. I am hoping to weave more tartan style fabrics in the near future. If you saw my previous video, you will know that I thrifted some yarn cones, and I've since found some more on Vinted, so I'm hoping to do some more tartan fabrics, either as stoles or to make other things from in the future. So please subscribe if you want to find out more about that. Don't forget the notification bell either, because then you'll be the first to hear about my new tartan weaves when they're released, as well as all my other videos. So there are my good books, used, pre-loved books. Weaving, bag making and soft furnishings, as well as my sewing book. That was my Christmas gift. That's a new one. I am looking through my patterns here to find a dress pattern for my daughter's birthday. She's got a special birthday coming up, and I thought I would sew a little frock to go to the party. Actually, we're hosting the party. And the theme of the party is feminine. Oh, that kimono dress I love. Not quite the right vibe, but it's feminine, floral and floaty. Although the kimono dress might just do it if I lengthen it a bit. This could do it because this is fairly floaty and feminine. That's the tunic dress that I would like to make soon this year, but it's not right for the party just now. This sundress might do it if it was a little bit longer. It's got tied shoulder straps. I didn't really want to do tied shoulder straps. I would have to lengthen it a wee bit because I don't want it short, but that could do it. My vintage 1960s patterns aren't floaty. You could do them floral, but they're not floaty because they're typical 1960s patterns. I would be better off with a 1970s pattern, I think. Just looking through these ones, I'm sure I had one in this type of pattern, these French ones. This could do it. It's long. I would have to shorten it. Not sure whether it would look quite so spectacular if it was short. So it's fairly straight. I want a slightly more flared skirt. Oh, this one is almost perfect. Do I shorten it? Almost perfect. It's going to be tricky to trace. I will trace it onto some tracing paper, but as pattern pieces overlap on this, it's quite tricky to not lose your line, basically. I did try highlighting the line with my highlighter pen, but it kind of just blended in with the grey on the pattern. So I'm going to be very, very careful when I trace this out onto my tracing paper. What do you think of this pattern choice for a feminine party, feminine floral and floaty party? Now then, it's asking for 3.6 meters of fabric. The pattern recommends viscose, which is, whilst it's technically a natural fibre, the production process is extremely chemical heavy and harmful to the workers who work on it. I would like to find a more ethical alternative. Let me know what you think of this pattern and if my fabric choices which will be coming up stand out to you. And what fabric would you use if you were substituting a viscose fabric in a dress such as this one? I'm actually quite excited about making this, and I haven't even started my second hour dress yet. Let me know what you think of this pattern. I think it's very pretty. Not forgetting the tunic dress, which I don't think it's right for this party because it's not floaty enough. Now, fabric-wise, I am looking for a fabric. I've been on Minerva and there are a few fabrics I like there. And this is an Italian website called Panini Tessuti, and I found some fabrics. What I do when I'm looking for fabrics, I put lots that I like into my favourites, and then I go through them regularly to see if there's anything on offer. These are my favourites on Panini Tessuti. I have bought from them before, and they are beautifully packed and packaged, and I almost definitely makes me want to buy from them because it just arrives in such a beautiful way. some good value fabrics here that I've saved, but not all of them are suitable for my feminine floaty floral dress that I would like to make. I like this bold, colourful fabric here, but I'm not sure whether it's too bold. I'm not sure whether it would be too bold to be floaty and feminine, although it is feminine. I'm not sure if it's too bold for me to be able to wear because I'm quite short. I want to wear the dress, I don't want it to wear me. This one on the left is a calmer fabric. What do you think? It's an abstract flower, so it falls into the floral category. It's a cotton, so that satisfies my no synthetic fabric needs. And I rather like it actually. I actually love this brown one on the left too in the middle, this brown print, but that's out of stock. That would be a little bit different. I'm not sure whether this one on the left is too old-fashioned for what I want this time round. The green one with daisies I quite like, but I think I still prefer the other one. This one on the left. Oh, it's gone. Here I am on another website. This is Il Tessutaio. It's another Italian website. I actually quite like this print, but it's not floral or floaty. I would probably make a jumpsuit in this one. I love the greens and golds in this fabric. But that's for the future. It's not really for my floaty feminine floral dress. This one I think is a little bit wishy-washy. This one in the middle. The one on the right, the pink. I love pink. I don't really want a pink small floral for this dress. I was hoping for something a little bit bigger. Not maybe as bold as the big bold fabric that you saw before, but a little bit bolder than a small print, even though I adore small prints. Let me know what you think. Do any of these fabrics stand out to you? Let me know if you like any, if you think any of these would make a great floaty feminine floral frock. I normally lean towards warm shades, yellows and golds. Well, this one I quite like. It's got everything that I would like. It's floral, it's yellowy gold, but it's not a natural fabric. So that's a no for me. But I really do like the pattern. Quick knitting update here, and this is the Aran jumper that I am knitting for a friend. It's come to a standstill recently because I've been sewing and weaving and thrifting and doing other crafts, but mainly because I need to contact my friend to find out the measurement from the armpit, the underarm, to where they would like the jumper to sit on the waist. So since filming this, I now know the measurement and I can make the shape for the armholes because I've knitted it in the round The pattern said front and back, but I knitted it in the round because I just prefer to do it that way. As you can see, it's a huge sweater. I just hope it's not too big. Mr. Byron is helping me here. It's actually not going to be ready for a long time now, this sweater, because I need to wash, card and spin more yarn once I finish this ball of yarn in order to continue. Come on, Mr. Byron. I'm just double checking my width measurements here. It looks pulled in at the top there, but that's because I'm on a round needle. You hold the tape measure for me, Mr. Byron. Thank you. Well, that still looks okay. So I'll be carrying on with that shortly, and I'll bring you regular updates. So don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what you think of this pattern and whether or not you think this fabric is the right choice to make the frock. Thank you for watching my video today. That's all my news so far. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment, please, because I love them. And if you would like to support my channel and help me continue creating handmade, slow living content, you can buy me a coffee over on Ko-fi. I'll leave a link below for you. Your support means so much. Anyway, happy crafting, and I'll see you next time.